Factorization example 2. See this one here. You see how this stay? It's a factorize, and it's a quadratic factorization. 6x squared plus 13x minus 8. Then it says, hence or otherwise solve the equation 6x squared plus 13x minus 8 equals 0. Now you pause the video right now and try it. Alright, you pause it. Finish. I want to know what you get when you actually finish. Alright? So, we see how this thing goes now. You have 6x squared plus 13x minus 8 is a method we're going to use called the AC method. Because remember, you can see this is a quadratic expression. The general form is ax squared plus bx plus c. Now you can see that a is 6 because ax squared is 6x squared. Then b is 13. Remember, it's bx 13x. Then minus 8 means plus negative 8. So c is negative 8. And remember, when you use the AC method, you're going to split the b part in two parts. You're going to have this divided into two numbers. Right? Now, which two numbers? If you multiply a times c, what you get is 6 times 8 equals 48. When you split 13 into two numbers, the two numbers must multiply. They must multiply and give 48, and they must add and give 13. So, which two numbers that? We're going first though is find out which two numbers multiply and give 48. So we're looking at factors of 48. You have 1 and 48, okay. You have 2 and what? 2 and 24. You have 3 and 16, I think. 16, 3, 3, 6, 18. I don't carry 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 4. Right. 3 and 16. You have 4 and 12. 5, 6. You have 6 and 8. All of these pair of numbers, each of them multiply and give 48. But the question is, which two numbers we add and give 13? Oh, it's a negative 48. Negative, negative. We put the negative there. Alright. Now, you can have the negative, you can have a 48 negative or the 1 negative. You can have the 24 negative and the 2 positive, or the 2 negative and the 24 positive. Alright? So basically we have 1 and negative 48. We also have negative 1 and 48. We have positive 2 and negative 24. We also have negative 2 and positive 24. We have positive 3 and negative 16, and we have negative 3 and positive 16. You see, because we have a negative 8, you know. It means one be positive and one negative, but we don't know which one is. We have a positive 4 and a negative 12 over here. We can have a negative 4 and a positive 12 here. 6 and 8. The 6 can be positive and the 8 negative, or the 6 negative and the 8 positive. Alright. So we have some pair of numbers. All of them multiply and give negative 48. But which two add and give you 13, positive 13. 1 plus negative 48, that's a negative 47. This don't work. 2 plus negative 24, that would be negative 22. This wouldn't work. 3 minus 16 is negative 13. 4 minus 12 is negative 8. 6 minus negative 8 is negative 2. We still don't see this 13 yet. Negative 1 plus 48 is a positive 47. That wouldn't work. Negative 2 plus 24 would be a positive 22. Negative 3 plus 16. Oh, it's working out. Because negative 3 plus 16 give you positive 13 in the middle. And negative 3 times 16 give you a negative 48. So we're going to split 13 into negative 3 and 16. You see that? So 6x squared. We have with 6x squared. What else? Plus 13. You can rewrite it as negative 3x plus 16x. Because remember it's 13x, you know. Or you could write negative 16 plus 13. I mean, positive 16 plus 3. Let me get the negative 16 and the 13 from. You can have negative 16 and 3. Right? However you want to put it. And then at the end, well, which number we have now? Negative minus 8. So here now, I'm going to factorize this and then factorize this. You see? So, what we have as a common factor, in terms of a number, 3 can go into 6 and 3 can go into 3. So we have 3 here. X can go into x squared and x can go into x. So we have x here. Alright, 3x times this gives you 6x squared. Well, 3 times 2 gives you 6, so you must have a 2 here. So 3 by 2 gives you 6. X times x gives you a 6x squared. Then you have minus 3x times 1 gives you 3x, so it's 3x. This now, 8 is a common factor. And put a plus 8 here. 8 times this gives you 16x. 8 times 2 gives you 16. So it's a 2x you must have here. 8 times 2 gives you 16 and you have x. Minus 8 times 1 gives you 8. So what you have is 8. Right? Oh, not 8. I make a mistake up. I backtrack. I make a mistake here now. Hope you saw it. 3x times 1 gives you 3x. Right back 3x here is 1 we're supposed to have there. And then another mistake here. 8 multiplied by 1 here, so give you 8. So it's a 1 must come here. Alright. So you see this now. You have a common factor here and here. You see, the common factor that you know. So here now, the 2x minus 1, you take it out as a common factor. Inside the bracket now you have 3x plus 8. So that's what you have. That is what you have. 2x minus 1 times 3x plus 8. Fully factorized. But then the next part, they say 6x squared plus 3x, 13x minus 8 equals 0. You must solve it. So what they really ask you to solve a quadratic equation by factorization. Now when you factorize 6x squared minus, when you factorize 6x squared plus 13x minus 8 equals 0. When you factorize 6x squared plus 13x minus 8, you get the same thing as 2x minus 1, 3x plus 8. So this is the same thing. the 2x minus 1, 3x plus 8 you see here, is the same thing as 6x squared plus 13x minus 8. You see that? Now the only difference here is that they put equals 0. So all you do, put this equals 0. Now they say you must solve it. Notice you have two things multiplied. You have 2x minus 1 multiplied by 3x plus 8. And what you get for the answer? 0. The answer is 0. What that means is that one of them must be 0. Or maybe the other 0. Because if one of them is 0, example, suppose you say 2x minus 1 equals 0. You know that 0 times anything is 0. So if you rewrite it and you put 0 times 3x plus 8, the answer must be 0, because 0 times this gives you 0. Or if you say 3x plus 8 is 0, then what you say is that 2x minus 1 multiplied by 0 is 0, which is true, because anything multiplied by 0 gives you 0. So what you have is either 2x minus 1 equals 0 or 3x plus 8 equals 0. Or it could be both. Because if both of them are 0, you're saying 0 times 0 equals 0. You see that? Now the thing is, the answer is 0. You multiply two things, two expressions, two numbers, whatever it is, and the answer is 0. It means one of them must be 0. Or the other is 0. Or maybe both of them are 0. Follow the argument. Now the thing is, if it is the case that 2x minus 1 is 0, then what is x? If you add 1 to both sides, you get 2x equal 1. And if you divide by 2, you get x equal half. You see that? So x is half. If it is the case that 3x plus 8 is 0, then what happens? You subtract 8 from both sides, you get 3x equal negative 8. And then you divide by 3, you get x is equal to 8 divided by 3. So it's either x equal half or x equal 8 divided by 3. So you solve it. Those are the two answers, right? X equal half or 8, or x equal 8 thirds. So that is it.